Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome back to Fallout 4 and the shit store. Yes, the shit store. I got inspired by a comment. Someone in the comment section said that I should build a store and, well, a supermarket. And this is it. This is the supermarket. It kinda has an institute-y vibe, but then again, that's what stores look like, right? Most stores are white and they have, very wide white and glassy areas. So that's how I decided to approach this particular build. And as you can see, I made a nice white platform, and this, I guess this wall is cement or something, not really sure, but I made it 2 stories high, and I decided to kinda split one part of the store for the, I guess, for that wall, and one part of the store for the glass wall. And the right side of the store has these kind of stained glass walls, and of course there is one block of space on the outside so people can, walk through that area. That's what stores look like, right? Because I did Google some store designs, and that's what I went with. And the left side has this clean glass, and I had trouble figuring out how to build the door, because you can't really have these long sideways glass doorways. They don't exist, or at least I wasn't able to find them. So I designed this particular design. I guess I designed a design where I simply placed these glass doors in between 2 of the glass walls, and then I placed them sideways between these 2 sides. And one of the sides was a little bit disproportionate, so I had to adjust it so it kind of fits. Doesn't look the greatest because of the transparency and how the sides are, these edges are visible. The edges have these little pillar things, so not the greatest fan of this particular design. But I wanted these fat walls, because you can place normal little ones, but I went with the fat ones because I feel like it's kind of more secure and kind of sturdier. And then I figured out a problem. Something was bugging me, and I tried to actually figure out that problem, and that was the fact that it was kind of too short, or too not wide enough. So I decided to expand it by 2 more blocks, going further outside, because a part of this walled off area should be the warehouse. You know how most stores have warehouses behind them? That's what I wanted to do here as well. And I wanted to separate it by using a very, very clean white wall that would serve as, I guess a wall between the warehouse and the store. And I wanted to make sure that it looks nice. And if my nose is having issues, that is because I changed my bed sheets, and the bed sheets that I'm currently using were washed when the pollen was being active in my area. So I am suffering today. My nose is suffering greatly, but we will survive this, my friend. We will survive the nose fuckery. And this was that particular wall being built, and I was reasonably pleased with it. Nothing special, but I needed to place the door on the other side as well, because kind of doesn't make sense to place it just on one side. And then I needed to design the interior, I guess, design again. I don't know what other word to use. Design. It's all a design. And I used these railings to, well, at first I wanted to just place the railings as some sort of I guess I don't know what to call it, but it's not, it wasn't meant to be a final design. It was meant to be just as a placeholder. That's the word, the placeholder. But I was kinda pleased with this particular I'm saying particular a lot, I don't know why, doesn't matter. But these 3 at start, these 3 railings kinda pushed me towards the final look of the interior. So basically you go on the left when you enter, and you go on the right to well, you don't go on the right. On the right, people come from, you know, already buying stuff, and I use the railings to kinda separate the cashier booths or whatever you call them, you know, and then I use the railings to kinda make placeholders for things. I just wanted to make sure that, see, this right side is reserved for you know, the checkout area, and the rest of the area is reserved for the shops and you know, that stuff. And it took me a while to, you know, to place the railings and figure out what is gonna be where, and the railings represented store shelves. So I wanted to have shelves in the middle with gaps, so, you know, people can go back and forth, and I wanted to have shelves on the sides, and on the sides between the cashier areas, or the checkout areas. That was the plan anyway. And I think this is a pretty good way of kind of planning what you're doing, you know, placing these railings. And once the railings were placed, I started placing the conveyor belts that were, well, you know what conveyor belts are. They just push things, and the same thing is used at checkout areas in supermarkets. So that is what I wanted to use. The only problem was the fact that I couldn't place an edge, you know, something where the items would stop moving from or moving to. So I placed a sideways little intersection thing, and I placed 2 more of those conveyor belts. So I had 3 checkout areas where people can nicely go to and check out. And then I added a couple of tables that I kinda integrated into the conveyor belts, because this is where the cashier, the cash register would go. And then I found shopping carts, because obviously supermarkets need shopping carts, so I added shopping carts as well on the entrance. Now I also found these little potted plants. The mini potted plants are so cute. So cute, little stupid things. I love them. And I added a couple of planters on the outer side, because I felt like, why the hell not? Planters seem like a very friendly thing to add. And since this is a shit store, having some, I guess, life and plants that bring some nice smells, that would be appropriate, if you ask me. You need to have some sort of a balance. You can't just have shit all over the place. And then I finally found the cash register in the homemaker items. It took me a long time to find the cash register, because I wasn't aware of the fact that that's a container. You know, I thought that it was a decoration, but it's a container, so it's in the items with the containers. I added some file cabinets, and I added a molten iron plane on the edges. I will explain what the hell is that all about. You know, this is not your regular store. This is the shit store. Alright? You could say it's a shit store from hell. Kinda. It kinda makes sense to say that it's a shit store from hell. But I continued the design of the checkout area, and see the snapping of these. I wanted to make it round, make the edge round, but then I went with the glass wall divider and placed it as a railing that separates everything from the cash area, checkout area. I keep forgetting the word checkout. I don't know why. I just keep forgetting it. So you must be wondering, why is this all separated like this? I mean, how are people gonna go back and forth? Yeah, I will explain everything, alright? It's all explainable. Just gotta give me a moment. So this is where I started placing the shelves, and I use a mod that has these filled metal shelves and filled grocery shelves and shit. So I used a couple of those and placed them sideways next to the cash checkout area. I almost said cash out area. Do cash out areas exist? Is cash out a thing? I mean, it makes sense. You cash out, you kind of give money. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, half of the store has these filled shelves, and half of the store has do-it-yourself shelves where I simply, you know, placed shelves and then I placed the pre-built things. Because I'm lazy, okay? You can place all of these items manually, because I do have OC Decorator. So I am able to place all of the items manually, but I'm just too lazy to do that. It takes too long. It took me like 3.5 hours to build this shit. And if I used OC Decorator, it would have been 7. And then I would need to, you know, spend 3 days making the video. And I can't afford to do that anymore, unfortunately. So I placed these pre-built items onto all of the shelves. And one of these shelf areas has teddy bears. Because teddy bears help. They help with the situation. And I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm fine. And we have books. Books are free. You don't have to pay anything to get the books. And there are 2 shelves with books. Because, you know, this is a shit store, but it is the post-apocalypse, you know, shit's fucked and everything. So, getting books are a great commodity. Books are a thing that will help you go through your day. And you certainly need books. You know, because you need to read, you need to educate yourself, even if it is the post-apocalypse. And next I had to place these beautiful things in the warehouse area. So we got the big shelves and then the concrete and the leather and all of the other stuff. See, the cloth. I just added random stuff all over the place, things that you would expect in a warehouse of a store. You know, a lot of plastic as well. There is a little bit of ammunition as well. I added Fat Man crates because they look cool, alright? I didn't add them because they serve a purpose. I added them because they look cool. That is the only reason I added those. You know, I didn't use them before, and look very, very cool. Added some food as well in this one. Just a little bit of water and a little bit of carrots and mud fruit. Nothing crazy. Now, my size kept running out of... I guess space. Size kept running out of space. Is it possible to even say that? I don't know. But I kept increasing the size, and I added a couple of these big loaders. Mega loader, forklift, and a couple of other things. Now, the idea here is that whenever someone comes and, you know, brings more stuff, you can use these forklifts and mega loaders to transfer the items towards the forklift on the inside, and the forklift on the inside redistributes the crates where they belong. Now, this is the case because I didn't know how to make the door. I tried to enlarge the small doors, you know, the boxcart doors and all other doors, but then I lose the selection. I can't select them if I increase their size by 3 times. So I had to use 2 of these smaller vertical doors that they have a pretty cool effect when they open. I would prefer if it was just one and big one, but unfortunately this is what has to be. This is what has to be. Yes, it is slightly unfortunate. I kind of don't like this warehouse design or warehouse door design. I would prefer if I had one huge door, but unfortunately the game does not have an appropriate door, and if I resize the small ones, then I literally can't select them. You know, I just go through. I go through with my little dot, and I can't find it. Can't find it, man. It's impossible to find it. All right, and then of course the ceiling. The ceiling. I considered increasing the size of the ceiling by 1 more block or 1 more tile, you know, going up. But in the end, it kinda seemed alright, because if it was too high up, then the ceiling lights would be completely ineffective. They are quite ineffective as it is, you know, two levels up, but 3 levels up, they would be completely ineffective. I also added some Soylent Green as well, because I found that item, and of course butt sticks. Butt sticks, you have to have butt sticks, because it's a shit store, and I will explain what's going on there exactly in a moment. And then I needed to add the lights. I added the nuclear a mini nuclear reactor thing in the corner of the warehouse. Well, quite unsafe, I know, but it's just the most convenient way of doing things. And then added lights with just one connector. I guess it's a wireless wide range connector that spreads the electricity quite far away, which, you know, it saves a lot of time because I don't need to keep connecting the wires. I just connect one wire and all of the lights are placed. And then on the outside, I need to make sure that the legless motherfuckers can enter the store. And if there's a step, legless motherfuckers can't enter the store, motherfucker. So I placed a couple of these ramps. Yes, they are called ramps. And the ramps serve a very nice purpose of allowing the legless motherfuckers to just roll up and enter the store and the shop as well. Now, paying, legless motherfuckers might have a problem with payments, because I will explain that in a moment. But anyway, it's good that they are able to actually get in the store now. I know that the colors aren't perfect, they aren't really fitting all together, but you gotta work with what you got, bro. You gotta work with what you got. You can't do anything. You can't do everything and anything. So, it took me a while because at first I didn't think it snapped. You know, I didn't think these items snapped, and then I realized that they do snap. So I kept rearranging them and snapping them together. And then I added the super duper mart sign on top, because it is a super duper shit store after all, so a super duper mart sign makes sense. And I started adding advertisement posters and all sorts of other posters on the nearby wall. Now, this wall in particular is seen by everyone because the main road is right next door. The other side is completely unimportant. I left it completely empty, because nobody goes there, nobody cares about that area, so that area is completely ignored. And the backside, where the mega loaders are, is also kinda empty. I added a couple of things, nothing special, but I also went through all of these items trying to find something else, but I never managed to find anything in particular, and that is it. That is the end of the creation. But now we can do the tour in real time. I also added an effect that kinda makes it shittier, because, you know, that's the purpose of this build. It's the super duper shit store, and you know, the dark areas are darker, the light areas are lighter, so everything is kinda enhanced and yellowed or goldened. It's a golden effect of sorts, and I think it makes it look very, very nice. So this is the outer area. There is a couple of things on the left side, nothing too important. Once we go inside, there's a dead body in front, because that's important. And as I was doing the tour, since I increased the speed of time, I had a shitstorm happen right in the middle of going through the tour. I think that was appropriate, quite appropriate. And so once we go inside, on the left side we have a couple of shopping carts and a clothing rack if you want to leave your coat in front. Although I wouldn't recommend that, because it is the post-apocalypse, people steal shit all the time, but this place is protected by hell itself, so it's fine. So this is the section where there's a lot of random stuff scattered all over the place. This is the place where this is the unofficial place, you know, this is where people bring stuff and their stuff gets sold. While on the other side, all of this other stuff is from the store. This is official stuff from the store. And now these teddy bears over here, these teddy bears are sold to everyone because, well, they aren't really sold, they are pretty much free, like the books. But people get them because when they are paying, it is much easier to pay if you have a teddy bear in your hand. You know, it allows you to go through the process without much pain. And these are the other items. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, there's a lot of space to walk around, like in normal stores, and there's a lot of items to choose from. And thankfully, the mods that allow the filled shelves sped up the process quite a bit, which is very, very nice. I also really like this this golden filter that is applied. It makes the place look authentic in the shittiness, in the way of the shittiness. I like it very much. And as you can see on this side, the bookstore quite out in the open. Now there's not a lot of light here in the checkout area. That is because the only way to pay is by allowing the worker to stick the butt stick up your ass and take the shit. That is why it's called the shit store. All right, that's the name. Now the workers here, they are, I guess you could call them shit workers from hell. Literally, shit workers from hell, because they come out of the molten lava pit from hell and then they work. Now this thing that keeps circulating, the red thing that appears to be orange, that simply allows them to be focused. You know, because in hell it's very nasty in hell, so they need some sort of stimulation. So that is the explanation there. There are shit workers from hell, and they use butt sticks to collect shit from people who buy stuff, and that's how they pay for things. So if you need to take a shit, you go to the store, you buy some stuff, you bend over, they put the butt stick in your ass, they, you know, get some shit out, and then they bring that shit back to hell. So that is the process of how things work here. Now the warehouse is relatively simple, nothing special in the warehouse, just you know, just some Soylent Green, the only thing that's a little bit unconventional, and maybe the Fat Man crates, because this is a store after all, so having massive Fat Man crates does not make a lot of sense. It's quite unsafe. But either way, I like this area because, you know, I didn't add a ton of lights, so it is kind of dark, but I feel like it's kind of appropriate. You know, I feel like the atmosphere, thanks to the lights, the effect that I'm using, and just the design of everything, I think it looks very, very cool. Now the outer side doesn't have any lights because they don't work during the night, so everything is dark, and you can barely see the mega loader. It's like a very, very creepy scene from a horror movie, so it's best not to go out here in the backside during the night. And that is it. That is the super duper shit store. And I hope you guys like it, because it was pretty cool making it. I kind of like it. It's a pretty decent build, it kind of makes sense. It is relatively simple, but fun as well. So I hope you guys like it. Make sure to let me know what do you think about it. Make sure to let me know what would you like me to build next. Give me ideas in the comments. And make sure to check my website for more stuff. So thank you very much for watching. I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.